I'm Zeli and I'm looking to buy my first home, but I've got no idea where to start. Luckily, I work at a mortgage brokerage and I have my colleague Mansi who I can ask for help to understand the home buying process. After all, it's her literal job to check the whole market for the best deal and to help people understand the home buying process. Thank you so much, Mansi. So now that I understand what I need to do to get sorted and I've got my budget sorted out, what should I do next? I've heard that I need a mortgage in principle, an agreement in principle document, but I don't know exactly what that is.
The next step is, you're right, mortgage in principle document, which is known by various other names. So mortgage in principle, agreement in principle, MIP, AIP. It's a very important document when it comes to starting viewing the properties. This document, basically, it can be issued by a bank, mortgage advisor, mortgage broker. This document demonstrates your borrowing power, how much you can borrow based on an initial assessment done by your mortgage advisor, mortgage broker. Point to be noted, mortgage in principle document does not provide you any guarantee.
Who do I need to show the mortgage in principle to?
It's very important for for you to demonstrate to the estate agents, sellers, that you are a serious buyer, and you do have that borrowing capacity in order to buy a property.
No, that makes sense. So now that I have my mortgage in principle, how do I know what rate is the best rate? Like, what rate do I need to get?
It's a very, very valid question to ask which one is good one for you. Now, let's first of all try and understand the definition of these rates and the difference between all these rates. So, generally speaking, there are fixed rates and variable rates available in the market. Let's start with the fixed rate. Fixed rate provides you help with budgeting. It provides you stability that this is the monthly mortgage amount that will stay fixed for a given period of time. So if you are someone who would like to have that stability in place, fixed rate probably be the best one, but always speak with the mortgage advisor and discuss your personal preference. Variable rate, as it says, it can vary depending upon overall economy of the country, overall financial health of the lender. It can vary. So it may be best suited for someone who is expecting, big inheritance money, because these rates tend to be flexible. When I say flexible, what that means is no early repayment charges, but again, always check with your mortgage broker to identify, what is the best rate for you for given your personal circumstances, your risk appetite, because it's a very personal choice.
So both options could be, good for me, but I just need to check what I'd like to do and where I'll be in the next couple of years.
Definitely. Your future plans, your financial appetite, your financial stability, all these factors can impact this decision.
What can I do to improve my likelihood of getting a mortgage?
What you can do, Zeli, is it's very important to keep checking your credit scoring, because your financial health is very important in order to get a mortgage, because this demonstrates to the lender your credit worthiness, how well you've been managing your finances. Have you been paying your bills on time? Have you been paying off your credit cards regularly? So these are all the questions you need to ask, and you need to check. This credit report can answer all these questions. The other thing you can do is try and maintain those high scores, because high scores means you can get favorable mortgage terms from the lender. And this also, the high credit scores also indicate to the lender that you are a low-risk borrower. That means that you should be able to qualify for competitive mortgage rates.
So if you're looking to improve your credit score, so I guess I don't have loads of credit history on my file. So what can I do to make it better?
So very first thing, register yourself on electoral if you're not already. If you don't have many commitments in your name, it's always advisable that you consider signing up to a credit card. If you don't have any commitment in your name right now, that means that it's not that you've got bad credit, it's just you've got low credit.
I need to build up.
Exactly, and
show
build
them
that
I can be
by
responsible.
using the credit card. regularly and paying it off regularly as well.
Understood.
So it's very important that when you sign up to a credit card, when you start using the credit card, make sure you clear it off at the end of every month, because that's how you can build up your credit scores and improve the scores, and eventually it will help you to get the right mortgage. And another one, keep building up your deposit. Bigger the deposit, easier it will be to get a mortgage, and most likely on favorable rates as well.
It's getting so much harder to get on a property ladder nowadays. I mean, I've heard lots of schemes that could be super helpful. I've heard of schemes like low deposits, no deposit mortgages. I mean, that would be ideal. How does this actually work in reality?
It's great, actually, that there are so many schemes available in the market to help support first-time buyers. Generally speaking, there are two different kind of schemes. One is basically, where lenders are, offering some new initiatives. So we do have specific schemes with, namely with Skipton Building Society. It's called Track Record Mortgage. Track Record Mortgage allows a first-time buyer to borrow up to 100% loan to value of the property. Now, let me first of all explain.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. But there are a few caveats now.
Okay.
So first of all, we need to understand what loan to value is. So loan to value is basically the amount of the loan in proportion to the property value.
Okay.
When we say 100% loan to value, that means you are borrowing 100% of the property value. Now that means it's a higher risk for the lender.
Okay.
Higher risk for the lender means higher interest rates, stringent criteria to qualify for. But if you do qualify for, it's a great scheme to start with, because technically speaking, you don't have to put in any deposit. Another scheme, a code is offering right now, which is a 5K deposit scheme. So you just need to put down a minimal deposit of £5,000, which allows you to get on the property ladder. Again, it's technically speaking, is around about like 99% loan to value.
Okay.
Still a higher loan to value, higher risk for the lender, higher interest rates, which eventually means stringent criteria to qualify.
How do I know whether I should just be more patient and save up a bigger deposit, or how will I know whether it's the right time to go for, like you said, the schemes of a low deposit / no deposit?
The way you can weigh up this question is by understanding the pros and cons of these schemes. So pros, as I mentioned, that literally no deposit or a very low deposit, but the cons are higher interest rates, so it will be costlier for you.
So higher interest rates means higher monthly payments. Okay.
And risk of a potential negative equity. Now, what negative equity means is a situation when your house price...
What does that mean exactly?
So your property value goes below the mortgage outstanding balance that you've got. So for example, you bought the property at £250,000, you borrowed £250,000. In the next few years, if the property value did not appreciate as much you were expecting, and property value actually has gone down to £30,000.
Wow, so you're paying more than...
You're paying more than what the property's worth, basically.
Oh, wow. That's scary. That's definitely a situation I don't want to be in.
Exactly.
So in terms of all the schemes, I should definitely weigh up whether it makes sense to have a bigger deposit and just go for, I guess, an ordinary or sort of more typical mortgage buying journey, or applying for one of those schemes.
Again, I would say, Zeli, it's more of personal preferences, the risk appetite there. It sounds scary, but there are ways, to balance it off by using your overpayment allowance. So many of my buyers still don't know what overpayment allowance is. So overpayment allowance.
When you pay more.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Majority of these mortgage products allows you to overpay by a certain percentage every year. So if you are someone who is going to sign up to these specialized schemes like track record mortgage or record mortgages, make sure you're using your overpayment allowance to avoid risk of getting into negative equity.
Something else I've seen online and heard all about is your family can actually help you get a mortgage.
That's correct.
So what do I do? How can I rope them into this process? I want them to take on as much as they can and help me as much as they can.
Yeah, the family can provide you a lot of support when it comes to mortgages. So family can help you with the deposit by providing you a gift. So as long as the gift is not refundable and parents do not have any interest in the property that you're buying, yes, majority of the lenders can accept it.
Is it quite common, Mansi?
It is quite common, yes, especially with first-time buyers. It is quite common for parents to gift some deposit for their children to get on this home buying process, you know. The other one is income guarantor. So parents can join you with your mortgage. This way they can boost the affordability because lender then can use your income as well as your parents' income. Obviously there can be some implications of it, but it's always advisable to speak to your mortgage broker and understand all these implications. And finally, we've got a very interesting scheme, which is springboard mortgages offered by Barclays. This scheme basically allows your parents to open up a linked saving account with the lender and put in 10% of the property value as in savings into that account.
I guess my parents' savings will act as a deposit?
Act as a deposit.
That's
and
so
this
interesting.
Savings after few years, you know, it's refundable back to the
your parents. I had no idea. I always thought it was your typical, you've got to work for X amount of years, build up this large pot of money and then, you know, apply for a mortgage. But there's so many different ways.
There is one more actually. So there are quite a lot, as I mentioned, and the last one I would say, not the least one, joint borrower sole proprietor.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically where your parents can join you on the mortgage with you to boost the affordability, but they don't need to go on the title deeds of the property. Yes.
So it's just almost like you're getting an extra helping hand to boost
but not
what you can
the
afford.
tax implications.
But so it'll be my house, right?
Exactly.
Interesting.
These are very, you know, specific schemes, suit specific circumstances. So always speak to your mortgage broker because they can understand your personal requirements, personal circumstances, your risk appetite, and then they can recommend you the best suitable mortgage for you.
That's great. After this, I'm going to run to my family and be like, there's no more excuses. You know, I want a house.
I hope they can help you.
Thank you so much, Mansi. That's awesome.
You're very welcome.
I feel so much less confused about this now. And if you need any extra help, head to the Times Money Rental website where you can find links to book appointments and speak with Koodoo mortgage advisors and get all the help you need. Thank you.